Hello there. Just to update you and bring you some tragic news from Colorado of some sad lost lives today. On the 30th of October, 911 received a call from a child explaining that his brother wasn't working. They dispatched officers to the house and found two what were described as at the time as dead teenagers and two dead adults. We're just now going to have a look at a clip of the news story as it began to unfold.
Well, Dylan, the sheriff's office says this all started with reports of someone at the home right behind me being seriously injured and in need of help. But once deputies got to the scene, they learned this was a much more serious situation than they first thought. Now, this all happened Saturday morning in Glen Eagle's Sun Hills Estates neighborhood. Multiple agencies responded, finding 4 people dead inside the residence, 2 adults and 2 juveniles. After that, the tactical team was called to the scene here. They also sent out reverse 911 calls to people nearby, ordering them to shelter in place. Today, the sheriff's office did not take our calls or share any specifics on what happened, only calling this an apparent murder-suicide in a press release. Today, loved ones left flowers outside the home. Neighbors tell us the couple that lived there had 8 children. They said they'd been there for close to a decade, were quiet but friendly, and also owned a gun store in Colorado Springs. While no one would speak on camera today in the neighborhood, another neighbor shared his shock with us yesterday.
Of course, it's disturbing. You want to know the backstory. You want to know if it's something that is from outside the neighborhood that came into the neighborhood, or whether it was something that was, internally festering within the home. I mean, you want to know the details, obviously.
Now, the coroner's office has not released any of the identities of any of those victims. The sheriff's office, though, does say there is no known threat to anyone in this community. Live tonight in El Paso County, Connor McHugh covering Colorado First.
So Christoph Krebs, 55, is believed to have killed his wife of 26 years, Yvette Sigurd Krebs, 50, and 2 of their children, Felicity Krebs, who was 13, and Barrett Krebs, who was 9 years old. He killed them on Saturday, and the El Paso County Sheriff's Lieutenant Deborah Minot said this in a statement. If you look into Yvette's social media and people's opinions of her, nobody has anything bad to say. She seems to have been a wonderful person. She worked as a nurse. She made and donated face masks during the pandemic. She was an advocate for mistreated and neglected children. She had a son born with primordial dwarfism and so championed that cause. And she also adopted children. One of her children was blind, another was an amputee, and she wanted to just give these children the best chance in life. If you look on the photograph of that property, you can see the entire sort of back of the house has a playground, and it's all decked out for children. Christoph was a gun shop owner in the area called Specialty Sports and Supply, and various other members of the family are competitive shooters. So they've been a sports type family, and this is just an awful case. I will bring you more news as it comes in, and I'm just going to play you out with a clip of the report following the disclosure of the names of the family.
Paso County community is shocked and grieving the loss of a family.
Over the weekend, 2 kids and 2 adults were found dead inside a home. The El Paso County Sheriff's Office confirms it was a murder-suicide, and tonight we're learning the youngest victim was just 9 years old.
Denver 7's Liz Gilardi joins us live from the neighborhood. Liz?
Well, and neighbors' fears were confirmed today when the Sheriff's Department released the identities of the people who were killed. We talked with a neighbor who knew the family from church. He says tonight this community is shocked and devastated.
This is a very peaceful neighborhood.
A quiet neighborhood, and from the outside, a big family where the kids came first.
Well, they've lived there ever since we did, so we met them at church. That's how I knew that she had adopted, children from China. They had 3 children of their own.
The El Paso County Sheriff's Office confirms 50-year-old Yvette Sigurd Krebs, 13-year-old Felicity Krebs, and 9-year-old Barrett Krebs were killed in a murder-suicide on Saturday. The suspect, Christoph Krebs, was found dead, and officials confirmed the victims are his wife and 2 of their children.
Very, very nice, pleasant folks, So this is kind of shocking that anything would happen like this, in their world.
We've learned the suspect, Christoph Krebs, owned a gun store in Colorado Springs called Specialty Sports and Supply. The family was profiled in an article on the website USA Shooting. The page was deleted, but we pulled it up through Internet Archives. According to this website, the couple has 8 kids, including 5 adopted children. It also says Yvette Seigert Krebs made more than 1,000 face masks and donated them to the Colorado Springs community during the COVID-19 pandemic. Neighbors tell us this is a big loss, describing the family as wonderful people.
That's really heartbreaking.
So heartbreaking for this community tonight, and the sheriff's office has not released any other details about this investigation as far as motive or what exactly happened inside the home. And the sheriff's department also telling us tonight that the other family members inside the home are staying with relatives. Reporting live, I'm Liz Gilardi.
Very tragic.